here we go. The stream should now be started. So hello to everybody that is turning up for the stream tonight, or possibly listening to this at a different time in the future. Tonight, as every Tuesday evening, I will be streaming some VR development in Unity. This is my pretty world so far, with some lighting issues that need to be fixed. And I'm going to give a quick tour for those of you seeing this for the first time in just a little bit. But first I want to make sure that I let everybody know that may want to join in that the stream is happening. So we're doing a little QR code creation on the other screen, so I'm sorry if there isn't too much to look at right now. And it looks like it's not working, so I'm going to try that again. Here we go. There we go. Download the code. Shouldn't be too long. And worst off, I'll just do things a little bit different. Oh no, here we go. 25. We've got our new QR code. And I'm going to let people know that it is happening. Here we go. And just leave a little massage. It'd be good if things stop not working the first time. Here we go.
With Lightlink in Pride of Place, Asheville.
That's not supposed to happen. Yeah, we're supposed to have... we're supposed to have our music and not going on to other videos. Here we go. And share story. Good. That should be shared any minute now. There we go. And let me just spam my friends real quick. There we go. Good. All right. I did say that I was going to give a little walk around, kind of show off the project so far, and that is what I'm going to do right now. Turn on my controllers, pick up the headset, and headset is on my head. Headset should be. Earphones are back as well. And let's go into VR. Game play maximize so you guys can see it. There we go. Should be loading, and here we go. I still have the time of day going quite quickly, but that's alright. My hands are functioning. So yeah, welcome to my VR world. Got my nice rolling plains of grass here with the mountains along the outside perimeter. A nice quasi-Ghibli style clouds up in the sky. Last time I was trying to do some work on the lighting and the time of day. So with the sky changing based off the time of day. So currently the sun is moving in the sky, and we're going to go to nighttime soon. Let's just wait for it to go down a little bit more. A nice sunset. Not sure the colors are quite right. That's to work on. And the sun is going underneath the skyline, or horizon rather. And like I was saying, lighting is still something that needs to be fixed. But we do have nighttime coming up, so we've got that to look forward to. Where's the moon? There's the moon. The moon is rising in the sky, and it is very, very dark, unfortunately. So I think what we're going to do at this time is just go on indoors. Open up a little door here. Got the interior of our cottage. Go. Stay closed. There we go. So yeah, this is the interior of my little house. Still got lighting issues to mess around with. If you happen to know how to fix those lighting issues, please let me know. Got a back room here. All these doors are interactable. More lighting issues, I'm afraid. But yeah, got a little back area over here. Apples and stuff. Little alchemy area. Bottles. There we go. And of course, over here, we could go upstairs. Got this little area here to like work on or read at or whatever. And a little bedroom over here with our bed. Just close this for now. Alright. It should be almost daytime, so thank you, glitching light. Let's try to, there we go. As I was saying, almost daytime. So the moon is going to lower, our stars go away, and the sun comes back up. There we go. Well, that time of day seems to be working pretty good, but I would like to see what's right in front of me though. I probably should cap that for now. And here are our tools. Other than just the 3D environments, I've been working on being able to pick stuff up. I have a little inventory system. Here we go. You can drop things in it. It gets into a little ball. Here we go. I also started working on something. I hope I didn't hit the mic there. So that when you get close with the item, it like reacts to how close it is. However, currently it's just set to a single point on the fish. And I would like this to be the case for all of these items, but like based off of the closest point to those items in the future. And I was actually thinking of doing that tonight. Not that what I'm currently working on at work isn't particularly difficult, because it sure hurt my brain today. It didn't require very many mathematics. So I think, maybe it's worth attempting to finally solve the map that I've been putting off for months. I think it's been months. Take the headset back off. Try to get untangled with the cables. There we go. And let's go back into Unity. Alright, so I should be able to select my VR rig here, camera offsets, left hand, inventory anchor, inventory location. That's right, player inventory is a separate thing, I had forgotten. And we, in the player inventory, have the Hungry Orb. Let's just get closer for a moment. We've got the Hungry Orb that we saw. And we have currently a canvas, but that's not super important. I could actually turn that off. And that's for like debugging purposes. And we have the item container, and this is what spawns the little bubbles around the sides when you do put something in there. So if I select my visual inventory visual, I'm just going to go through these one by one. So we have the sphere collider here, and then we have the visuals there. What I'm thinking of doing is adding a second Actually, you know what? I haven't touched this for so long. I'm going to take a look at how this works. So let's select a hungry hole and see what we have to work with here. There we go, hungry hole. I'm going to keep only that to not get distracted by the rest. Close all of this. So I have the mesh renderer for the visuals. I have the inventory display for, like I said, when you put something in it, it adds stuff. I have the grabbable item, which is, thank you, not right now, which is just the current item that we have in our hand, I believe. And then we have the color, so initially white. I'm not sure that's being used. It doesn't look like it is. On trigger enter, item equals other, the collider, get component grabbable item. If the item does not equal null, the current item is item. I see. So how I have this set up is that when an item's collision box comes into contact with the trigger area of the orb, it states that it can be essentially, it holds on to it as the current item. And I believe later on I state that you can, like, when you let go of it, you can actually put it in. I think that's what eat item is. Current item equals null, return current item is in inventory equals true. Display inventory, place orb. Okay, so it places an orb, and we put the current item back to null. And that's all there is in here. On trigger, enter, on trigger, exit, and eat item. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead actually and change the background color to this poor deer. I was messing around with it, trying to figure out if I could have it so that it would be like transparent, so that only the deer would show. And I ran out of time before starting to stream, so I'll get back to it at another time and not do that tonight. Okay, so this is the hungry hole, and that's just for being able to put items in. We have the visuals that also have a hungry hole visuals on it. I'm just going to make sure that these overrides are set because it's telling me that it wasn't. So back to the hungry hole visuals. Let's go take a look at that now. We have a hole material. Interesting. By default, we're using the hungry orb material. Okay. We have a max distance. Okay. We have a distance multiplier. All right. And then we have the debug text I was talking about. Good. And finally, we have held item. And I believe that's the one that's in our hand, not the one that's in the hungry hole, checking to see if it can be placed into the inventory. Transform held items, set held item equals value, get held item. All right, just a simple get set. If we go on to update is called once per frame. That's very standard. So if held item equals null, whole material set vector hunger point. All right. Right. So if you're not currently holding any items, wherever this is set, I'm assuming it's set from somewhere else. There are 3 references to this, so set it so that it doesn't react. So if we remember on the hungry orb when I was in VR, and I brought the fish away from the orb was like gray and static and didn't move. And then if we brought the fish towards it, it would start doing something. So if held item equals null, just put the stuff at these values so that it is gray and doesn't move. That's what this is. So if we get to the bottom part, it's because we are no longer in this condition. So the held item does equal something. So variable effect equals this mathematics. So held item position, transform position, the distance between the held item and the transform, right? So the transform in our case will be, this is hungry hold visual. So in our case, it will be this. So the point here is being compared towards the point of the held item. So in our case, our fish, that point is here in its mouth. And that's why when I move this point towards it, it was reacting. Right. So this is the effect. The point has to do, once again, with the held position minus the transform position. That is just the point that it is looking at. And then more maths, quaternion inverse rotation. This has to do with the rotation of the orb itself, just so that it works no matter how we're holding the orb. So if we're holding it sideways or straight up, it still does the same thing. And then the whole material, we're setting the hunger point to point. So it's going in the direction of wherever. I should pop out the paint. So we have our hungry orb here. And we have our black. I'd like to stay on black, please. There we go. And we have our point in the middle. Right? And then we have our fish. Let's do a stick here with, let's make it blue. I can't make it black. Too late. I clicked away. And we have the point here. I'm sorry, for the fish. And the first part, so this material here, whole material set, hungry point to point, it's saying that the point is going to be here at the point we have for the fish. And ripple amplitude has to do with effect, and that has to do with this math here. So like the amount of wobble that it has, that has to do with the effect. So what we're going to have to change in both cases is this, held item dot position. That is going to have to be set to the closest position of the fish, of the held item, to the point. So if we have, let me get rid of this. Can I make this bigger? Here we go. Actually, this might be faster. There we go. Get rid of that. Good. So currently, if we have our fish, right, and our fish is as such, and the point to the fish that I had mentioned is up here, the wub's going to go in this direction towards that point, and it's going to be, its amplitude is going to be affected by whatever this position is. That's not what we want. We want it so that, get rid of this. We want it so that the closest point to this orb is actually like right around here. We're going to want it to wub in this direction towards the closest point of this to this. And that's what I'm going to attempt to do tonight. And I'm going to see how long I last before I go crazy. Here we go. All right, so there are a few things that I have to remember. Held item is a transform currently. Held item dot position. Let me see my fish here. So our fish you see its position is that point right here where I was talking, around the mouth. And I'm going to want to change that for the closest point to here. So, fish currently has a rigid body and a mesh collider. If I look at the pitchfork, it has a rigid body, a capsule collider, and a box collider. And then the hoe, once again, it has colliders. So the colliders for the game object that is touching on the hungry orb is placed on the base. So what I can do, I hope, is just do a quick private collider. I believe that's what I want to do. And this will be held item collider. Nice and simple like that. So when you set a new held item, we're going to just move these around like that. Set the value first off, but secondly, we're also going to do held item collider equals held item dot get component collider. Something like that, just for now. And we're going to test with the fish, who only has one collider. I'm aware that some of them have more, and I'm going to have to fix that in the future, but for now, we're going to leave it as such. I believe written like this, it will give us an error. So I'm just going to do var temp, no, let's call it collider equals, and we're going to put this here, and then we're just going to put it here, and that's essentially the same thing, but I have it in my head that if you just make something equals a get component and there's nothing, it gives you an error. But if you put a var and make this, then it's going to put it to null. That's, I might be wrong about that. I'd have to check it, but I'm going to do this for now. All right, so when you set a new held item, it also gets the current collider for that item. And when we go down here, instead of using held item position, we're going to do held item collider dot, and I think there's something called closest point. Closest point returns a point on the collider that is closest to a given location. Okay, and this one is only on the bounding box. So we're going to use this closest point, and we're going to put in parentheses the current position of the ball. And I'm hoping this works. So let's do that for the amplitude, the effect. And we're also going to do that for the point, the position. And I've been talking about how I'm going to do math tonight and how this is going to be painful, but I think this should work. All right, let's give it a little test. So if I go back in my scene and I go back into VR, we're going to find out if that works with the fish. And if it does, we're good for moving forward towards the more complicated, items that you can hold on to. So let's see what happens. Oh, forgot my earphones. Here we go. It is currently loading apparently, but it's a little bit slow. Oh, I just realized that my little deer is just Stuck. That's right. I have to have it open. I can't have it minimized. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. Hello, it's Yan. And my music just died? Is that the case? Yeah, I'm still watching. Okay. Alright, my little deer is talking again. I think it may have crashed. Because it's taking quite a while to load. Alright. Well, I did save before this, so what I'm going to do is really quickly drop into Task Manager. Fight to move around the Steam VR UI. Look at what it's giving me, and that is for hub, and it is not responding. There we go. Just kill that, and we're going to reload. What happened to the toon anime shader you had in your scene? Haha. Yeah, it looks like another, yeah, okay, cool. That is explained in the last time I was streaming. Essentially, nothing. I didn't change it in any way. I was messing around with lighting, and that's the effect that it ended up doing. I need to rework the lighting, but I wanted it to be able to have proper night and day with like darkness in the night, and I overdid things, and now it looks a little weird. So I'm going to have to go back and fix that eventually. Tonight what I'm trying to do is just fix my Hungry Orb so that it's always trying to eat whatever point is closest to the item you're like tapping it with, I guess, getting close to it with, I don't know. Here we go. So I'll reopen this, and if I click on play this time, hopefully it doesn't crash. There we go. Going into game. Yeah. So it isn't a toon shader thing, it really is just the lighting. And we get our Hungry Orb out, and I just tapped myself away. Here we go. I'll pick up my fish, Hungry Orb, and ooh! Ooh! Oh my gosh, it works! It works! First shot! Okay, that's a bit weird. That's a problem. But the Hungry Orb part is fine. I don't know how what I did just broke that. That is weird. Cool. Alright, let's try to fix what I just broke. Unsubscribing. I'm sorry, I didn't see that message. Were you unsubscribing because it kind of worked but broke? Or because my lighting is also kind of broken. Oh, null. Oh, okay. Okay. When is the null object reference? Oh, I think I know when. Because I'm entering here. No, that doesn't make any sense, actually. Because it worked the first try, yeah. Well, I mean, don't get too excited. It instantly broke after, so, you know. And broke in a way that, like, you know, I don't even know why it's breaking. I do understand that it has to do with this, the null object reference. Object reference is not set to an object. Grabbable item. Whole visuals. Oh, is it because... Is my VTuber thing dead again? It probably is. There we go, it's back. Cool. So what is it telling me? It is telling me that Hungry Hole 23 is where that's causing that. So this, it is causing an error. Alright. Right. Okay. So I have to check if it's null. If held item. No, actually, you know what? Value. If value equals null, return. Here we go. And otherwise, actually do that. Here we go. As such, that should fix that first problem. It might even fix the second one. I'm clicking way too quickly. Here we go. And we're going to test the fish again, because damn, I was not expecting it to be that simple. I really thought that I was going to spend the next hour trying to set this up. All right, here are my hands. Here we go. I'm just going to sit down for this one. So I have the orb. It's reacting to every closest point on the fish. With a little bit of oddity, but that's because the collider works that way. So if I drop this in it, it is working. I could put it away, I could bring it back, I could pick up the fish. It reacts to the fish correctly, and jeez, that was unexpected. Well, that's the stream over. Thank you for showing up. Alright. Fog starts at 0 and ends at whatever. That is an old check I needed to do, and I do not need any more. Here we go. Just close that. And we are going to move on to the Hungry Hole visuals once more. So currently the collider equals blah blah blah. It's just getting one collider. It's not getting all the colliders and checking for whichever is closest. So we're going to do a little test actually. Before I get too into this, we're going to see if we have something with multiple colliders, if this still works. I have a feeling it will not. And then after that, if it doesn't, I'll fix it. Make sure it's broken before I fix it, you know? Here we go. Hands out. Grab. Not fish. Well, we already know the fish works. How about the hoe? So the hoe is working. See? What I want to know is if I move this. Aha! You see, it's only taking one of the two, and it's probably the first one at the top. Once again, this one works, but if I bring it up to here, you see it's a bit weird. It's only taking one of the two. So I want to take both colliders from the object. And now is probably when it's going to mess up. 34. Okay. I'm not sure what's happening there. Anyway. So, held item collider is going to be colliders. And we're going to put, I think I have to put a number in here. So let's just put like 12. 6? That's not how that works, eh? It could be a list. It could be a list. All right, let me see. So if I pop this open and I can never remember how to declare arrays. Every time I forget. I think what I have to do is do array and then equals new collider, and then in this I put like 6. No, that's not how. Every time I need to make it. This is why I like lists usually, because it's so much less messing around. Equals new int. Aha! Okay, so this here, and then equals 6. There we go. So if value equals null, what we're going to do is set everything in held colliders to null. equals, I think I can simply do this. Oh, hey Joe, how's it going? I'm just touching up on something that I thought would take all night and ended up taking like 3 minutes. Trying to clean it up. So probably the cleanup is gonna take, you know, all night. Good to hear that it's going just well. Do you mean it's going just great, or do you, like, it could be better sort of thing? Inventory, yeah. I'll show you what I've been up to in a second. Held item collector. We're gonna do this a little bit different. Yeah, let me show you. Let me show you what I'm doing. Here we go. Let me show you really quickly. Fishing when? Let me show you. So in the past I had my inventory, as I'm sure you saw, with the little hungry orb. However, and I think I posted a video about this, how when the fish's mouth got close to the orb, it would like react to it. But in the past, it was literally just the point right here on the fish, because that's where the transform 000 position of the fish was. And tonight, what I managed to do is that any part of the fish, whatever is the closest part of the fish to the orb, that's where it's reacting from. And it turns out it was like 2 lines of code, super simple. That's a good question. I want to go fishing too. All right. Feel free to go fishing, guys. And right now, the thing I'm trying to fix is that it's only doing things for one collider. So you just shove your tools into your ball. Yeah, sort of. Essentially. But yeah, it's only getting one of the colliders right now, so I'm trying to get it to take all the colliders from whatever item I'm currently holding, and whatever closest point to the ball is what it reacts to. Held item collider equals collider, yes. Okay, so var collider equals get components collider. It's now going to get all the components. And what does it poop out? It poops out a list. Held item collider does not exist in a current context. Why not? What's happening? I forgot my S. That's what it is. So it's going to take in a list of colliders. And I'm going to have to look at all the closest points to all the colliders and use the closest point of any collider in there as the position. Alright, let's see. Let's have like var closest point. Actually, no, it'll be collider. Vector 3, actually? Yeah, it would be vector 3. My bad. Vector 3. And I just lost all sound to my music. Oh, I see. That's because my earphones were on low. Okay, so closest point equals new vector 3 and just give it stupid numbers, so like 9001, 9001, 9001. which should always be the case. That's super far away. And now we're just going to go through for each collider in held item colliders. We're going to check which one's the actual closest point, and then we're going to use that. So, closest point here. That brings the closest point. And we need a vector 3. Okay, so closest point is going to equals, here's the math. Here's the math that I expected. I need to check if the current closest point is closer than the new closest point, and if so, swap it. So, let me write that on the side so I'm not. If closest point, okay, it'll be like vector 3 dot distance, closest point to transform position. So if that is smaller than the new one, let's do that the other way around. So if the new vector 3 dot distance that transform dot position, here we go, open close, is smaller than that. And I misspelled transform for some reason. Here we go. And collider comes from that, so that's fine. So if the distance of the collider, the closest point for the collider, and this point is smaller than the distance of the last point and this point. Good. So this is the math I want. Closest point equals this equals that, little question mark. Closest point is going to equal the new point, and then otherwise it's going to just equal itself. No need for anything else. Here we go. And closest point. Distance between this and this. This here. And this here. Here we go. I think that should work. So it's going to look through whatever colliders, multiple colliders there are, and it's going to check which one's the actual closest point, and based off of that, it's going to spit out the actual closest point. Hopefully that works. Let's find out. We'll check with the fish first because it's the simplest case, and then after that we'll check with the hoe. So let's give it a little play. Hands, please. There we go. Go over here, pick up the fish. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, we got that. And as we move forward, it is currently working with whatever closest point is to the fish.
Greetings!
Whoa! 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 No Stellaris. What the heck? I'm having a really weird bug tonight where it just... Yes, thank you. Go back to the music. Where it just doesn't actually loop. That's happened twice now. Stay on my music, please. There we go. That's how you keep from being copy-striked, or whatever it's called. The sun's going down. Alright. So I have my ball, I have my fish. It is reacting to the stick. Is it reacting to the top? It is! And it kind of goes crazy. Oh, that's because it's actually in there. It is currently working. Hooray! Hooray! And I'm bumping into absolutely everything. So, we are getting some errors. On trigger enter, for instance. So we're gonna go and take a look at that. That's in the hungry hole. And it says line 34. Current item. Current item equals. And which part is it telling me that there's an error? Object reference is not set to an instance of an object. On trigger exit. The collider other at... Okay, I don't actually know what it wants from me. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Cool. So, no... On exit, they're both on exit. If item equals null, and I'm also going to do if current item equals null. Or current item equals null. I'll just get out of that. Let's see if that fixes that error. And then we're going to move on from there. Also, before this drives me crazy, we're going to go ahead into the environment, Polyverse Skies, and I'm just going to slow down time here because it's passing way too fast, for me at least. So, let's go back into the game. Hello? Is it crashing again? Tonight is not the night for this, I don't think. Huh. Alright. I'll give it till a minute and then I'll consider it crashed and close and reopen. Alright, it's been about a minute. Task manager, best manager, and just kill editor and reopen. Something I found that is a bit weird to say, I have to admit, that I actually quite like about programming over doing 3D art these days, is that when your software crashes, it's not that big a deal most of the time because you're just constantly saving as you go. And I remember back in the day when I was doing 3D art and animation, all that, I would sometimes work an entire day and never think of saving once, and then, you know, you lose everything and you start over. So, a bit of a strange thing to praise onto the programming lifestyle, but yeah, that happens a lot less. Alright. So, pick that up, it's doing things, it's like reacting properly. That's a bit crazy, but I don't hate it. It is doing what it's supposed to do. And then I can do this, put everything in there. Oops. There we go. Put everything in there, it's all happy, and if I go back out of my play mode, I should have no errors. There we go. Got a lot of warnings. Yeah, let's not worry about that. Cool. So let's pop open the thing here. Hungry orb detection poised to closest point. That is done. I'm a bit amazed, but it is actually true. Autosave every 5 minutes. Yeah, that's true. A lot of the software now, they do that, eh? They just autosave every 5 minutes. Otherwise, you get used to Control-S-ing everything, but whatever. I remember there was a time back in 3ds Max where like we couldn't figure out where the heck stuff saved, auto-saved. And we always had to do incremental saves because sometimes they would just corrupt. So we'd have folders just filled with like 1,000 different versions of this really basic thing that we were doing. But I don't think that's still a thing. I don't think... Is that still a thing? You guys are the artists. Maybe it's still a thing. Anyway, so that's done. Let's open this again. Jeez, I wasn't expecting this to go so quickly. Door improvements. Might as well. Let's take a look at the door. It is already 8 o'clock. So, the idea with the door improvements is that it doesn't like stay closed. So let's start with the simple stuff. Just go ahead, use angular drag and put that to something higher. Say 100 on the door and just see if that works. Put my headset on. I'm not seeing that it's loading. Did it just crash again? Yeah. Unity, it is not happy that I've like actually managed to achieve something within the first hour. It's just given up. It's like, no, David, we're not doing anything that you want tonight. Alright, I didn't even close the task manager, so... What is happening? Am I filled up with CPU? No memory? No? I have no idea. There's something in Unity that's not happy with tonight. There we go. Leave that open too. Pretty please. Maybe it's that there's a new hub version? That seems really weird though, if that's the case. I have trouble believing if that's the case, that a new hub version would be causing this. But you never know. Cool. So, let's go back to the door. And angular drag is set. I'm going to click on play and hope for the best. There we go. We're going in. Here we go. So if we get closer to the very dark wall. And we open that. I may want to get up for this. Okay, so I'm opening it up and it kind of stops. Okay, angular drag might be the answer. Short-term answer. If I close this, oops. Yeah, it doesn't like lock in place when it's closed though, which is the main thing that I wanted to look into. Oh well, I kind of like this angular drag. You still have like the effect that if you let go of it, it does things, and I assume if you do it quickly, no, not really. That's a bit weird. That's fine. Alright, so angular drag I think will be like the short-term answer for the door. But the lighting is driving me crazy. So maybe that's actually what I'm going to do for the next hour. By the way, if anybody listening happens to know why lighting is just so bizarre and like does stuff like this constantly. I remember Etienne was saying something about like which camera is currently seeing it. Maybe I'll look into that. Yeah, let me know if you happen to know why the lighting's being so weird in my scene. Figured I'd, go ahead and finish a thought there. Cool. So we have a light here. Can I select it? I can. Candles. LOD point light. Ooh, okay. I think there's like a near distance and a far distance. It might be because it's inside the candle. That, and I was gonna say that might be it, but clearly not. Let's look at this. That's bizarre. Okay. I can't get it to do some crazy stuff now. Near plane? Is that what was causing that? So if I put like the light right up here, right? Where the flame would be. Now I can make it flicker again. I think it just doesn't like being inside stuff. I mean, I hope that's all it is. Candles. Point light. So let's just do that for now. That'll be a good, like, for now answer to this. Cool. Let's do this one as well. Candle 1. Candle light. See, look at this. It's completely broken right now, but if I move it up... Oh, no, that doesn't fix it. Oh, this is weird. Okay, let's get rid of this one. Oh, it's in the prefab, is it? That is so bizarre. See, I fixed these ones down here by just moving them slightly, but this one up here is not working. Okay, LOD, yep, let's go into this, point light. We're gonna do the same over here though. That's a good, like, short-term answer if it works and I don't have to fight with it too much. Candles, point light. There we go. And there's another candles downstairs. And point light. Yeah, it must just be that it's clipping into stuff. Okay, and this candle is going to be the same issue as the other candle, I'd expect. Orange light. It's just because it's clipping into it somehow. Orange light, let's move that up. Oh, it's just acting really strangely. Something like this? Okay, so these ones seem to work better. What's different about them? Let's just do a copy component. Go over here, paste component values. Oh, there we go. And we can go ahead and, oh, that's part of the drawer, I'm sorry. Oh, this is broken again. I thought I had fixed it, but I guess not. This one's like completely broken. paste values. Let's see. Intensity 1, direct 1, resolution high for the shadow. I don't think that's necessary, to be honest. Let's move this out and up. That is so bizarre. So at a certain distance, you stop, and now it's broken, and now it's not. Oh my gosh, why? All right, here's the rage-inducing content you've all come on this channel to see. Render mode importance, culling mask everything. Let's not do. What? Interesting. Okay, let's not question that too much. I was so happy. I thought I had the fix. And I definitely do not have the fix. Alright. What is happening here? Why is it that it works some of the time and then it doesn't all of a sudden? Okay. Let's see. I clearly am not the only one who has this issue. I wonder if it's because it's part of the prefab. So if I just create a new light, a new point light, right? And I move this up to here. No, that doesn't seem to be the issue. Okay. What if I take it out of the candle? What if I use the same values as the candle? No. Real-time indirect bound shadowing is only supported for directional lights. It's very, very bizarre. Going to bring the original one back because it sort of works. Oh, I think I may have found the issue. So rendering clouds, new depth of fog, new stars, universal rendering pipelines, global settings, asset renderer. Here we go, lighting, and per object limit. Interesting. Haha, I think I found it. So there's actually a limit of maximum amount of additional lights. These lights are sorted and called per object. So only 8 lights can affect an object at any given time if I put it up to that. Otherwise it's like down to 4 or 3 or whatever. And because I have 1 light here, 2 lights here, 3 lights here, 4 lights here, and probably like the sun and also the other lighting, that is a problem. Additional lights disabled. What happens if I do that? Did I just break everything? It looks like I did. Okay, disabled is not what we want. Per vertex, perhaps? No. Let's put it back to per light. Put that up. Cast shadows. Ooh. Oh my. So the additional lights do cast shadows. That's quite nice. Cool. Probe blending, reflection probes, shadows, post-processing. Oh, look at this. That's pretty cool. So it had nothing to do with the positioning of the light. So I could have like done this the whole time. So let's just move these back. There we go, put that there. And what I'm also thinking is I'm going to lower this and I'm going to move this up to be like about the right placement. Here we go. Here we go. Put this down so it's like essentially right over it, and this one as well. So it's a maximum of 8 lights. Oh, OBS just died and came back. I'm sorry for that. So it's a maximum of 8 lights per pixel, or additional lights per pixel. So I think, oh, this is interesting. I think there's some of the meshing that's a little bit broken, but I'll have to look into that another time. But I'm thinking what would be nice is that during the daytime, we actually get daylight coming in, like from certain times of the day. So let's, from the windows, I mean, to finish that thought. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could have like 3 pointing inwards just for the house. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to find a house. Inner house door? No. I think this is fine. We'll also have around here fireplace. What's game object? Oh, nothing. Sure. We're going to add in a light, a directional light, a spotlight, a area light. I think that's a spotlight is what we want. And we're going to put in sun, moon, beam. Sure. Just unhinge it from other things. We're going to move that to be indoors. I'm going to move, I'll start with the one up top. So let's go up here and move that to be right around here. Have a little rotation. Just for now. Sure. Let's do that. Make that wider. And I'd also like the start of the cone to be wider, if that makes sense. So it's not like a point spewing out. It's like a region. I don't know if that's a thing though. Spot directional points, real time inner spot angle. Oh, okay, I see. My bad. Let's do something like this, I guess, and make it yellowish maybe. As such. Range rendering important. Cool. Culling mask everything. Shadows, soft shadow. And oh, what's this? Near plane. Okay. Well, we can have this like out here, I guess. And if we rotate it throughout the day, can I get a good look at it? Not really. Oh, okay. It doesn't do much of a difference. What if I increase the intensity? Let's bring this down to 1. And we're going to lower the intensity of all the candles. So let's go into here. Candle fire, candle fire, candle fire, candle LOD. So the lights were added on. Okay. Let's put the intensity down to 0.5 then. And I guess we're just going to find them one by one. Because I did it the stupid way. Candles, point light, 0.5. Candles, point light, 0.5. Candles, point light, 0.5. Something like that, right? And then whatever this is, 0.5. There we go. Then we got some light from the sun. What I don't have is like actual good view on that, which is a problem. Can I? Yes-ish, I guess. Not quite. I was hoping I'd be able to light it up, but I guess not. What I could do is... Oh, I don't like this. I was gonna say, just take that, spin this around. Here we go. And then it kind of lights up this, but it's not right. Because it just doesn't make sense. Can I make it look okay though? Okay, this one is not important. Okay, you know what? No. Just no. Alright, so we have light that is functioning inside, and let's not worry about these just yet. I think instead of actually making a physical light, what I could do to get the ambiance I want is have like, what you call those, god rays coming in. I'm not sure though. Point light, 0.5, yeah. Alright, let's take another little tour inside. It's going to be perpetual nighttime in here, but okay, give it a little save, clear. What's the 16 errors? Oh yeah, the terrain. Don't worry about the terrain. No! Stop it! Why does it keep doing that today? Stay on the music. It is set to loop. It is set to shuffle. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Do I have anything outside of the... No? Whatever. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Poor Lapland. Just getting free exposure, I guess. In a way that he never intended. Alright, so let's take a look inside. Now that it doesn't flicker. See if it's any better. I think it will be. Give it another save. And click on play and hope for the best. There we go. Alright, let's take a look. Put my hands back on. Both hands, please. There we go. My hand is shaking, but that's okay. Can't see the door. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, it's really dark in here. And I think it's because the sun is like casting a massive shadow on here. I think that's what's actually happening. However, the good news is that it looks like my light is actually functioning now. It's so spooky in here. Alright, it's here. There we go. I forgot where the handle was because I couldn't see it. And yeah, no, this is better. See, this room should be this dark, but there's no reason why the room back there should be. Because there should be daylight streaming in from the windows. So, you know, stuff to work on, but it's looking pretty good. Once again though, if anybody happens to know how to get good results with lighting in Unity, let me know. Because I don't know very much about lighting. Oops. And having said that, oh my gosh, it's so dark in here. Having said that, that's probably going to be like the next thing I work on at work. Where's my chair? There we go. The realism is here. We can sit on the bed now. Oh yes. Just chill in our little house. See things flicker. Oh, that's wonderful. You know, I put a light there. I'm wondering if, with the bloom effect, if I just had an HDRP on the candles themselves, on the lights, if they would actually make a glowing effect on stuff. Let's look into that. Take these off. I'm going to test on this light here. So, if I turn this point light off, select candle, candle fire, and I check the render for candle fire, emission map. Oh, if I take same color, right? Okay. So currently, it's just a flame. However, if I bump this up a few times, it's gonna start to glow a little bit. Does it affect the area around it, is my question. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. Oh, that's a shame. Candle light. Can I select this guy again? Thank you. So I select all three. It does glow. It looks pretty cool, but it doesn't actually produce light in the scene. So what I could do instead of like having these point lights, I think I'm showing off how much of a lighting newbie I am. I think that may be the main issue here. Let's turn off the point lights, right? Or turn that one on. Okay, that's fine. Let's turn the point light back on, but make it smaller. Because realistically, you don't need to, for the effect we want, all we need is to like have it around here. And then I could have another light up the entire scene. I think that's how it should be done, but maybe I'm dumb. Let's see. Let's move these down so they only kind of light up this little area here. And they don't go any further, so I'm not having all those clipping issues that I was having before. But it's still like affecting the area around it, just like that. Yeah. There we go. Something like this. And once again, light, point light, move this in. Here we go. Light. This light, please. Orange light, move this in. Here we go. Select this. Bring this down. And it's very, very dark, but that is absolutely fine because now that we have these lights that are just doing the little area around them, what I should be able to do is what I was trying to do with the directional light. No, not directional light. What's the other light I had before? I can't remember. Spotlight. So I'm going to have this light that actually just lights up the room and doesn't cast shadows. Where is it? Over here? Move this over here. Oops. Did I just create a directional light like a newbie? I think I did. Yes, I did. Okay. That's alright. It's not going to be directional. It's going to be a spot. There we go. Not a spot, sorry. A point. And we're going to move that in. So now we have lighting in this room. We're going to have it a little bit yellowish. Something like this. And we're not going to have shadows. No shadow. Perfect. This is going to be important. And this is just to give ambience to the room, right? So let's bring this in a little bit. So we have some lighting down here, and I'm going to copy it, duplicate it rather, and move another one up there, because this area also has some lighting, just like this, just some like area lighting, and move this in a little bit more. Here we go. And once again, let's take that, put this into the other room, and shrink that down. Really don't need much here. I would like it a little bit bigger though. Something like that, just so that we can see well. And I'm not seeing crazy flickering, so, except for when I walk into a wall. So that might be the intended use. I may have stumbled into the intended use here. Let's move this to like about the center of the room. And just grow it up a little bit more. Here we go. And let's see the room now. It looks pretty good. I think I may have stumbled onto actually how to do lighting in a scene. All right. This area, however, is not what we want. So, what can we do with this? This still bothers me. There's absolutely no bouncing of light because that's literally what I told it to do. But now it's pitch dark. All right, let's take a little look around. I think inside, just to make us see how we feel about the inside now, the lighting. If it feels better, and go from there. Oh no. Reload stripped of assemblies. That means it crashed. Alright. Editor and task. Reopen. It might actually be the fact that I need to restart Hub. That seems so weird to me though. It can't be that. It can't be that. Let it load. Go back into scene and take a look at the inside lighting now. Reloading assemblies. But I just restarted. Let's give it a few more minutes, but... yeah, it is just not doing anything. Again. Ow! Restart now? Let's just restart Hub. All together. Hopefully it didn't mean restart the computer because that's a problem. I don't think it did. I think it's only Hub. Please be only Hub. Is my, yeah, okay. I was gonna say, is my little deer still talking, but it looks like he is. Alright, 300 years. I go back in. And, we'll see if it loads now. Okay, so we're in the scene. We've saved. We're clicking on play. Are we good? No. Huh. Okay. So, this is my thoughts on the matter right now. I don't know why Unity just refuses to actually start the game. Interesting. If anything, it should be lighter on the GPU. All right, let's do a few checks. So, Unity Hub, Unity Editor. Kill that process. Reopen it. I've been having issues recently with this happening, but this is just a lot worse than anything I've had so far. I may have to do a pass and like find out what's going on there. Let me take a little look here. Lighting presets. No, that's not what I want. Render. Universal render pipeline. Let's bring this down to 6. Perhaps. Seven. 8. Okay, that's not good. I need 8 for it to work. Terrain holes. What's this? Disable universal render pipeline removes all terrain holes shader variant when you build. Okay, that's not what I want. I suppose I can just click on play and hope for the best. Please work. Please, sir. May I have some functioning game? The answer is no. Okay. Maybe it's the Shadow Atlas resolution is too high with the number of lights, so let's kill that. Should have expected this, I guess, when I managed to get the Hungry Orb working as intended within the span of like 5 minutes or some crazy thing. That afterwards it would be whatever I work on later that would mess up. Render here. HDR anti-aliasing. Let's bring this down to this. I don't need shadows that high quality actually. What does this give me as shadows? Yeah, this is fine. This is fine, right? Give it a little save. Give it a little save project. Splurge a little bit. And hope this works. Please? Ah, there we go. Okay, so I was just asking way too much out of it, I guess. Alright. Let's go to our house. Open up the door. Go on in. Close the door. Ooh, I didn't close it well enough. There we go. Just stay there. No, stay closed. Stay closed. Close, please. Stay. Okay. Cool. So first things first, the lights aren't like going crazy. It's, I don't know for you guys, for me, it's very dark in here. It still feels quite dark. So like whatever the ambient light I have here, I can make it bigger, I guess. Let's go into the little room over here. Oh. Okay, so like the light is actually here right now. About. Approximately, maybe here. So this is the center point of the lighting of the room. And I think what I want to do is like put it between the lights, so that it feels like these lights are what's lighting it up. Might not be perfect, but it's already looking quite better, I think. And it doesn't like turn off constantly, which is good. Got the light here, the light here. This is okay. I still need to rework, like, oh gosh. Oh, this is an unintended consequence. So the light is here, guys. Oh! Can I make the holy ball? I can't quite make the holy ball. There we go. Oh! Oh. Oh! Kame! Alright, enough of that. So no, I don't think I did the lighting wrong, correctly. I don't think this is the answer, having a light in the middle of the room like this. I'm going to have to like look at tutorials on how to do lighting properly, because it doesn't make sense. It makes sense up until this point, I guess. Maybe I could bake the lighting. Maybe that's the answer. I have to bake the lighting, and then I could have these real, real-time lightings that are just like literally. What the heck did I just tap on? It's a door. So I'll have like the real-time lighting here, and then I'll have baked lighting for everything else. I think that might be the answer. Maybe not. I have no idea. I have no idea. But it's going pretty good. Now I just want to open this up, go outside, and finish off this stream the same way I started, by looking at one thing that actually worked well. Oh, this is so good. I legit did not think that this would be... I was so close to making this work correctly. It's just so good. The closest point is the point that it looks at. Boop. I can take it back out. Boop. I can go over here. I can pick this up. I can farm a slime that doesn't have a collider on it. Alright. Can I throw anything? Yes, I can. Cool. Well, I think this is going to be it. I think this is going to be it for tonight. Yeah. Just turn this off for a second. Yeah, I guess your shadow are too strong. Look at the shadows your house is casting on the sand. It just becomes pure black. Yeah. It's, lighting is an art form in itself, and one that I don't know, like, anything about, to be honest. So, definitely something I want to come back and touch on to. But not tonight. It is a little bit early, or rather earlier than I usually end. But I think I'm going to end here for now, and just, call it a success with our hungry orb working in like a few minutes. And I'll, if you guys come back next week, I'll see you then. Until then, goodbye!